Hello, beer review. Arrogant Bastard Ale. Arrogant Bastard Ale. That's the beer I'm going to review tonight. And I will tell you that I've never done this. I've never tasted this beer before, never had it. Seen it plenty of times. It's been around since 1997. But I've never had it. I don't know why. What put me off about it? I mean, 1997, there wasn't a whole lot of these craft beers out there that I like so much. I don't know why I never had it. Arrogant Bastard. I mean, I thought the title was... The name of the beer, to me, seems a little immature, but... It really does. I don't know. I don't think that's the reason why. And I really don't know why I haven't had this beer in 25 years that it's been around, as of the time of this beer review. It's been that long. Yeah, this is where I'm gonna light the candles and I get to have a beer. It's been quite a long day for me. I didn't believe it. It's been a long day. Started at 4:30 this morning to go to work. And it just really been one of those days. I got through it. And I'm going to try this beer finally. Arrogant Bastard Ale. I'll tell you a little bit about it. But of course, I'm going to show you the can first, the packaging. Carefully. Oh, the heck with it. You can see the can just fine. Alright, I'll put up some clips. I'm not going to catch myself on fire here. Hey, I might increase my views if I catch myself on fire doing a beer review. But I don't want to ruin my vintage Hawaiian shirt either, that I pretty much just wear for these beer reviews or when I'm sitting out back in my yard chilling. Chilling and grilling. So, Arrogant Bastard Ale. That's the name of this beer. And it's got on the front of it, I'll put a picture of it up off the web there. Got on the front of it this kind of mean looking gargoyle or something, devil, I don't know what you'd call that. I don't know. Picture off. I looked them up online and see what I could find out about them. Read some of the reviews on beeradvocate.com. It actually has pretty good reviews. But from what I find, a lot of people like this beer and some people can't stand it. I guess it's got quite a lot of flavor to it. Now, on the website, and I'll post a link to their website in the description of this, for the brewery. I think this is just about their only beer. I'm going to read you some things off their website. They do not disclose the hops. According to them, a lot of people try to clone this beer, and so it's like top secret recipe, which could be the case. Arrogant Bastard Ale is brewed by Arrogant Consortia Brewery. That's Arrogant Consortia Brewery, and that's in Escondido, California. And they start off their whole website for this beer. And if you click the link below in the description, you can take a look at it after you enter in your birth date. You got to be over 21 or older. Just to look at a beer website. Isn't that weird? I'm not even going to go into how strange I think that is. You can still be drafted at 18, I'm pretty sure, and sent off to war, but you better be 21 to look at this beer website. Society's nuts. No, it's a beer review. So a lot of the website is really just a bunch of somebody's idea of arrogance. So it starts off with, you're not worthy. You're not worthy of this beer. Alcohol by volume is 7.2%. 7.2% alcohol by volume. International bitterness units, it just says classified. and I couldn't find it anywhere on the web. It's probably out there somewhere. I'll read a little bit of what their website says about this beer, Arrogant Bastard Ale. This is an aggressive beer. You probably won't like it. It's quite doubtful that you have the taste or sophistication to be able to appreciate an ale of this quality and depth. We would suggest that you stick to safer, more familiar territory. Maybe something with a multi-million-dollar ad campaign aimed at convincing you it's made at an independent brewery, or one that implies that their tasteless, seltzer, fizzy yellow beer, whatever the hell you give, will give you more sex appeal. Oh, let me read that. It's a long sentence. We would suggest that you stick to safer and more familiar territory. Maybe something with a multi-million-dollar ad campaign aimed at convincing you it's made at an independent brewery, or one that implies that their tasteless seltzer, fizzy yellow beer, whatever the hell, will give you more sex appeal. Perhaps you think multi-million-dollar ad campaigns make all that junk taste better. Perhaps you're mouthing your words as you read this. How arrogant. At least they're trying to be. We believe that pandering to the lowest common denominator represents the height of tyranny, a virtual form of keeping the consumer barefoot, stupid, and led by the nose social media. And there's more. I don't know if I'm going to read it all. Where did I leave off? Oh. Look at my notes. Cellaring liquid arrogance. While freshness is crucial for some of my beers, you may find that others develop nicely over time. Cheers to me, and drink one first. Then hoard the rest to your personal sacred collection to revisit later. Store upright in a cool, dark, worthy place. Cavernous dwelling like your basement and wine fridge are deemed acceptable locations for me to reside. Avoid the oxidization culprits of light and heat. This is just good advice for storing bottled beer. Be reasonable. Aging doesn't tame my arrogance. It only allows certain flavors and elements to meld together so flavors can intensify their presence. Big beer. I'll let you read their website. You get the idea. They're trying to be very arrogant. The reviews I read on this were actually kind of intriguing. Some people really said it tasted like aged Robitussin, like cough medicine. And others really liked this beer quite a lot. And some people just couldn't put their finger on it. So I'm kind of expecting something. My dog's sitting here, of course. I'm expecting something different. So I'm going to do the pour, all right? All I can tell you, it's classified as an American strong ale. And the only other place I know of a strong ale will be Scottish strong ale, which I can't stand. It tastes like malt liquor. I think I can think when I was in England last, a long time ago, Tennant's was one that was a Scotch strong ale, and only alcoholics drunk it in England then. There are Tennant cans all over the place. I was in Oxford, England for a while. In the olden days. Maybe I'll return. I hope to return. Alright, I'm going to do the pour on this, alright? So we can take a look at this. Supposedly, I've read the carbonation is pretty well up there. Some people even said it was fizzy. Their website there, they try to encourage you to store it up in your basement and let it age. It's kind of an interesting idea. I've never done that. Well, actually I did. I brewed a bunch of beer once and I kegged it back around 2004. And I think it was around 2006 or 7. My sons were over of age and were curious about what was in the kegs because I just sat down there, forgot about it in the basement. Came out pretty good. One was a porter and the other one was my idea of a Budweiser, dark Budweiser clone. It was really good actually. So yes, beer can age on certain conditions. If it's bottle conditioned, if it still has the yeast in the bottle, like a Hefeweizen or Hefe beer, Hefe meaning yeast in German. If it still has the yeast in the keg or the bottle, it can age for years. But if it's been filtered, if it's in a bottle, it will probably spoil. If it's in a can, it'll last longer. Because like they said, light and warmth will oxidize beer. So dark, a cool place. Ideally not in a clear bottle. All right, let's get to this. The pour, all right? I don't want to catch myself on, not that hard up for views. I'm going to catch myself on fire here on purpose. All right. Get all these candles out of the way, maybe I won't. Okay, let's step her up here. Closer, closer, closer. Wow. Definitely has a kind of a candy smell to it. Uh-oh, I think it got a little frozen. Ah, there we go. Ooh. Ooh, it looks intriguing. It does look intriguing. I may be in for a treat here. This is an interesting color. I think this camera, what you're seeing on there, I think it's pretty accurate to what I'm seeing. Color's pretty accurate on this camera. Pretty fine head. Good. One finger head and holding. Yeah. All right. Okay then. I put it in my freezer for about 20 or 30 minutes before this video. Oh, that's right. We've got 15 minutes starting now. I'll try to make this a little quicker. No beer review should go any longer than that. I'm fumbling. All right. My dog's at my feet wanting attention. All right, so just a minute. Come on, get out of here. Man, this dog won't let me make a video. He doesn't like it when I'm talking. I don't think he knows what's going on. When I'm talking to the camera or I'm on the phone, he always gets really angsty. A little bit of lighting behind here. So, let's get down to the taste. I will tell you that it has an impressive head on it. I could almost write my initials on that. I can't imagine what it would look like if it had nitrogen in it, a nitro beer. It smells sweet, caramelly, raisin bread. One person called it raisin bread. It doesn't, I don't smell a lot of hops. It's got a good smell to it, a sweet smell to it. Caramel. Raisin bread's not too far off, really. Caramel raisin bread. Oh, it does smell good. You know, I've already geared myself up that I'm going to like this beer, so I don't know why. Because 25 years I never cared enough to buy it, to try it, let alone review it. Alright, so down the not an easy drinking beer. I'll tell you that much. Now I taste the hops. It's not sweet like I thought it would. It smells sweet, but it's bitter. It really gives you a rather harsh hops in the middle and back of the throat. Sweet up front, then definitely I'm tasting the hops still on my tongue and my palate. At least that's where I perceive it. I would not say Arrogant Bastard Ale is an easy to drink beer. Now I paid for this. I paid. Where did I get this? I got this at Walmart. I think I got it for the other day. No, I got this at Tops. That's right, for $2.99 a can, usual price. That's not too bad. Tell you what, I don't think I'd be drinking a lot of this, but so far so good. It's different. I'll tell you that, it is different. It's fairly cold too. It helps, honestly, with this beer. I'll tell you how cold it is. $57, $52, $48, $44, $41, $41, $40, $40 degrees Fahrenheit, 39, $38, $38 degrees Fahrenheit, and that would be 3 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty cold. A beer like this, you can actually get it down to about 28 degrees, 29 before it'll freeze up. Different beers freeze it different. They freeze below 32. I know I experimented with it to see how cold I could get beer before it froze solid. And it's got to be 28 or colder for a beer to freeze up, FYI. I think if you left it at 28 for a long time it would freeze, but if you just want to get beer really cold for whatever reason, you can bring it down to about 28, 29, you're safe. It isn't going to freeze up unless you let it sit there like that for a week or two. Tastes like home brew. It tastes like something I'd brew back in the day. It's kind of, the hops are a little on the harsh side. Like they could have filtered the hops a little better. I'm just saying that's what it tastes like. It's not so harsh that it's bad though. That's on the upside. It's kind of good. It's just, if it was any harsher, the hops bite. And when I say the hops bite, I don't know, it's like the type of hops they used was really strong hops. But this doesn't taste like grapefruit juice. See, a problem I have with a lot of IPAs, they to me, they taste like grapefruit juice. I can't stand it. This doesn't have that problem. This is definitely unique. Got a mosquito buzzing around here somewhere. I don't know if you can hear it. Or a fly. I don't know. I would recommend this beer. I live in New York. This beer comes from California. Well, there he is. Got a fly right on the table, right in front of me, dying. Can't believe it. Yeah. Gotta find. He was like going through his dying cockroach last, whatever. My dog just scarfed it up. My dog ate it. Don't eat that. Come on. Might not have been a mosquito or a fly. You don't want to eat that, pal. Now it's nothing. Smash. Interrupted my beer review. If I can get it in New York State, Central New York, I'm pretty sure if you're in America, you could probably find this beer. At this point in this review, I would definitely recommend this. Get it as cold as you can get it without freezing it up like I almost did. Get yourself a nice mug. Maybe even, this is I'm actually pretty impressed with this. Honestly, I'm pretty doggone impressed with this. This is a really strong beer. I mean, an alcohol, it's strong, but it's definitely not the strongest beer I've had. It's not strong, you know, 7.2, I think it was. But it's strong and like it's very, very full-bodied and has a lot of flavor in it. A lot of flavor. I can't taste the alcohol in this. I don't know. It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm a fan. I definitely think I would tell you right now, I'm pretty sure I'd buy this beer again. I don't know how good it would be if it was served fairly warm. All the carbonation would probably fizz right out of it. But as it were, this beer is pretty cold and it's pretty refreshing, and definitely will, if you like beer and you don't mind a bitter beer, you will like this beer. I'm pretty sure of it, if you can get it. I certainly will buy this again. I actually really like this. God, my dog. I remember I was hanging my clothes out in the sun to dry. Nothing like, you know, you wash your clothes. Nothing like, something about when they hang out in the sun and the wind and dry that way. It's kind of nice, isn't it? They're fresh or smelling. Well, I had a giant black wasp in my shirt, and I put my shirt on. And that thing, I've never been stung by a wasp like that, a really big wasp. Normally these wasps don't sting you. I think it was a mud adder. Big black wasp. Man, that thing stung my shoulder. Ow. Man, I took my shirt off. I grabbed that thing and I threw it on the floor real hard and kind of stunned it, but I didn't kill it. And the dog went after it and tried to grab it. Tried to smack it with his feet and grab it, and I think he got stung in the face by it until I stomped on it. And that was like black and blue where it stung me for like 3 weeks. Just black and blue all the way around my shoulder. I don't think those type of wasps normally will, they're not very aggressive, but if you sit on them or they're in your shirt, and you put your shirt on, you're going to get stung. Whatever, I think that was a fly, but my dog tried to eat that until I made it into a smish bug. Made it into paste. Folks, I'm here to report to you that if you like ale and strong beer, a strong tasting beer, I recommend this. Honestly, I really like this. It kind of, for me, I think it's nostalgic. Now, this first came out in 1997, and I was brewing beers back then. It tastes like something I would have brewed back then. And the only reason I got out of brewing, two reasons. One was I could get the beers I wanted. I started brewing for practical reasons. I used to travel every year. I'd go to Britain or to Europe, namely Germany, just to drink beer, sightsee. And some of you older people my age, thereabouts, younger, a little younger, maybe older, you might, if you like beer, you might recall pretty much all you could get was Budweiser, Miller, Labatt's, and maybe you could find some Guinness Stout, which was always good, or Bass Ale, and that's pretty much it. But there's been a brewing renaissance, which started in the mid to late 90s, and it started before that, but it really took off. And if I had more money, I would have opened a brewery, and I'd probably be doing pretty well, because I can brew anything. It's just following a recipe, having a passion for it, and using good ingredients and good procedures, sanitation too. I probably would be doing all right. But I didn't have the money to open a brewery back then, so I brewed my own beer just for myself and my friends. Yeah, I'm out. I got a number of other guys into brewing over the years. Come to mind, Mikey, Joe, guys I knew in the military. I had a little fan when I was like my last years in active duty. I had a little cult following that liked my brewing, and I got all these guys into brewing. And I think I wouldn't doubt they probably still are. And then when I got out of the military, I got a few of my friends into brewing. And they dabble in it still. This tastes, I think one of the reasons I like this, it tastes like something I would have brewed. It looks like something I would have brewed. Because I wanted a dark red, orange beer that when you drank it, you knew you had a man's beer, so to speak. That's the type of beer I was shooting for, and wasn't hard to get it, really. Just put the right stuff in it. Yeah, this is it. This is my throwback beer. Pretty good. I gotta tell you, Tim's really liking this beer. Why am I talking about myself in second person? This beer will make you talk about yourself in second person. Tim is really liking this beer, isn't he? Pierso. Oh, look at the lace. Did I mention the lace? It has some lace, not like Guinness. The mark of excellence thus far. But this isn't too far off. This is pretty good. On these beer, maybe I was in the mindset to enjoy a beer. Maybe I was like predispositioned that I was going to like this beer. That's not really the case. I've got beer in the fridge I know I like. This arrogant bastard ale. I can be more arrogant than that if I have to be. I'm a coffee snob. I am a coffee snob. I have an espresso machine, and I'm pretty snobby about my coffee. Now, Arrogant Bastard Ale. I like it. Honestly, I like it. If you can get it, get it. Get a nice mug. Something. Clear glass that you can see through, because the color on this, it may sound immature, I don't know what, but the color on this beer has appealed to me. Honestly. The color has appeal. Get yourself a nice glass. This is a Simon Pierce Windsor Tankard. They don't make them anymore, but they're made in Vermont by Simon Pierce, an Irish immigrant, in recent years. And maybe that's why I can't find these online anymore on eBay, because I've tipped off enough of you to look for these, and now they're all gone. Yeah. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. 7. I think I've got enough. What else is to be said about this? I think if you get it cold like I did and get yourself a nice clear glass, you know, and some time out and some quiet time, light a candle. It's a good beer to kind of just pause and reflect on life, or pause and reflect on the beer, if you like. This is a great beer for that. Folks, I will tell you, I will definitely buy this beer again, God willing. I think I have a new favorite beer. I waited 25 years to try this. Ah, zum Wohl, huh? What's the German toast? Prost, which is actually Latin. Prost. This is a German beer. There's mud in your eye. I don't know. That was good. Really good. Four. Arrogant Bastard Ale. Get some. And serve it cold in a good clear mug. Thank you. God bless.